Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
An innovator named Amit Lokhande has come up with a unique solution to detect early pregnancy in cattle. The PregVTET innovation is the novel color reagent that detects a non-protein, non-steroidal biomarker secreted in cattle urine.
India is leading producer of milk, and animals play a crucial role in the income of many farmers. However, the dairy industry is facing a problem that requires innovative solutions. Delayed pregnancy diagnosis in cattle is causing significant difficulties, including longer gaps between calving and a decrease in milk production over time. In today's edition of Changemakers, we have with us Amit Lokhande, who has worked on one such innovation. So let's know more about it from the man himself. Welcome, Amit.
Namaste, sir. Thanks for an introduction.
Please tell us about yourself and your innovation.
So, I am Amit Lokhande, a PhD Tech student from Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai, and I'm also co-founder of Instavit Biofarm Private Limited. Instavit Biofarm Private Limited is a veterinary healthcare and particularly a point-of-care diagnostic kit development company. And in that sector, we have one very innovative product that is a PregVTET, which is a point-of-care pregnancy detection in cattle from their urine sample.
Amit, can you share your insights on the challenges faced by the dairy industry regarding delayed pregnancy diagnosis in cattle and its impact on milk production? And how are you solving through your innovation?
So basically, it is a problem associated to the current pregnancy detection and milk production management. So let me tell you, currently, artificial insemination is a method of planned breeding in cattle. And the success rate of this artificial insemination depends on accurate pregnancy detection in cattle. Sustained milk production and profitability can be optimized, in fact, can be improved by managing the accuracy of the pregnancy diagnosis in cattle early. However, inaccurate pregnancy diagnosis causes high calving intervals and causes severe economic losses to the farmers and to the dairy industry. Coming to the conventional method or the current existing methods of pregnancy detection, the first comes as a rectal palpation. In this method, a veterinary doctor, a trained veterinary doctor, put his hand inside the rectal area of the cattle, and through that he examines the uterus of the cattle and feel whether there is a fetus is present or not. This test is performed post 60 to 70 days. However, this test is very painful, torturous, and may cause an abortion. And most importantly, it is performed post 70 days of artificial insemination. Another interesting method is ultrasonography. However, in animals, the ultrasonography is not performed the way it is performed in humans. It has a probe that is again inserted inside the rectal area of the animal. In this, you need the handheld ultrasonography device with a trained person. And also in this case, although early detection, that is post 35 days, this test is performed. It is highly costly. Also, it needs a trained person, and it is also a painful method as the probe is inserted in their rectal area. Currently, people have also launched some, lab-based, blood-based methods, and where they measure the hormones present in their blood. However, this test is consistently suffering through false positives, and thus the accuracy of the test cannot be yet achieved. Thus, there is a dire need for simple, innovative, affordable, and point-of-care pregnancy detection in cattle, and thus we have arrived at a urine-based test in cattle to determine their pregnancy.
Nice. Amit, how your proposed solution addresses the challenges faced by farmers in accurately determining the pregnancy status of their cattle?
So, in this case, generally, the test I have described earlier are performed by the experienced person. At a farm level, or a farmer who has one or two cattle cannot certainly afford to, or consistently affording, these tests are quite costly in terms of, performing. Also, perform post some 70 days or something of that kind. However, artificial insemination is performed, and that is also a costly test. So in this case, why can't we have something which is giving us a very early detection? And that test has to be affordable and can be easily performed by the farmer. So we have arrived at a very innovative product which has a reagents in it. And you have to add those reagents to the urine sample collected from an animal. And if your animal is pregnant, it instantly develops a very deep wine red color, which is visually, very appealing to determine whether the cattle is pregnant or not. And similarly, as it is a reagent based and a color based method, one can easily perform at a farm, and there is no trained person or any laboratory setup is required. And one of the USP of our test is that we have determined through various studies is the early pregnancy detection, that we are able to detect the pregnancy within 21 days. I mean, post 21 days of artificial insemination, which has not been reported by any other method yet today. So that is the USP of our test.
Amit, the productive performance of a dairy herd can be significantly affected by cattle fertility, and this innovation seems as a breakthrough in that respect. So please tell us, how has the response been of the end user, like farmers, the dairy people associated with the dairy industry?
So first of all, let me thank MOE's innovation cell for this. I mean, when I have started this product, it was at very early or a nascent stage. It was at an idea stage. It has not, captured someone's attention, whether it is a product of that kind. So with their support and the grant that I have received, I was able to, go to the people and show them my product and demonstrate it, and also seek their cooperation to actually arrive at the results. So let me tell you, with the MOE support, I have been able to successfully demonstrate this test in more than 600 cattle population, and with the accuracy rate of above 95%. Similarly, the early detection potential that I am telling you, 21 days, this was the claim which was not existing earlier. But with the MOE support and the grant, I actually conducted a studies with the reference methods such as ultrasonography as well as a rectal palpitation was the method as a reference. And on the other hand side was our Pregvidate kit. And we arrived at that our test is able to detect, compared to the existing methods, within 21 days the pregnancy. We have demonstrated this kit to more than 15 farms across India, and also more than 100 customers have given a feedback on this our kit. Similarly, one forum we have arranged of a veterinary doctors, where 25 veterinary doctors have participated, and also there were the doctor from the international side. I mean, one doctor from Malaysia also joined. So he said it is a breakthrough innovation in the dairy sector, because this innovation is certainly very helpful where the veterinary services in the remote areas or where the vet doctors cannot reach. So in that place, this innovation is certainly gonna help them in a bigger way. And people are, very interested, and they're supporting this kit to a greater extent. So this was overall, very effective feedback that I have received during my this journey.
Yes, and all these feedbacks are very important,
Yes.
especially at initial phase. So Amit, how do you stand apart from others in this sector? How is your innovation unique from all the existing solutions?
So let me tell you, first of all, I have earlier mentioned that the USP or the novelty is its early pregnancy detection, which has not been claimed by any other kit in the market. Either it's a lab test or a conventional methods. No one is able to detect a pregnancy within 21 days of artificial insemination. It's the Pregvidate who is able to do that. Similarly, this is a color-based test. It has just a reagents. It is non-ELISA based, non-steroidal, non-protein biomarker reaction, which is a novelty of our innovation, which has not been reported by anyone. And yes, it is affordable test compared to the existing tests.
Amit, what was the motivation that made you work and create something like this?
Okay, the motivation before arriving at it, I must tell you about my background again, as I'm pursuing PhD Tech in pharmaceutics, where we are mostly dealing with the targeted drug delivery systems for particular disease or therapy in humans. However, my area to be translated to the veterinary sector, I must give the credit first to my mentor, Professor Devrajan, and also I got the understandings with her. One of the major collaboration, that is Dr. Abdul Samad. Dr. Abdul Samad is a veterinary doctor itself, and he's an ex-retired director of Bombay Veterinary College in Mumbai. So, with his insights, earlier we have started with the diagnostic kits development for a veterinary purpose. And before this innovation, I have also developed two other innovations which are point of care diagnosis for the veterinary healthcare. And this is the third innovation that we have arrived at it. So while working on earlier products, there was a real zest and the thing that developed in me that I should work in this area, that is a point of care diagnostics. And yes, with the support from my mentors and Dr. Abdul Suman, uh, that was a overall background for my movie to start. So this was the overall motivation, I would say.
Amit, you were the proud winner of National Innovation Contest 2019. So how has that helped you achieve what you have achieved so far?
Okay, I participated in NIC 2019, and I must tell you that it has been a huge motivation, and it boosted my self-confidence to, to that excellence level. I must tell you, being a researcher, we are bound to do our research in laboratory, some publicize the things, get our degree, and go and pursue the job. However, this was a real turning point in my career when I participated in NIC 2019. It has actually, pushed my mind to think in an innovative direction and how one can, start their innovative idea and, materialize it into a entrepreneurship sector. So this was an overall huge support, I must tell you. The entire competition, the purpose, and overall the motivation behind starting this, entire event was really a very huge support for the young innovative minds, not just me, but many other students like, there are many other innovators. So thank to MOE for the support and thank you for that.
Apart from the prize money, how has your participation in NIC helped you in your entrepreneurial journey, Amit?
I must tell you, NIC, I must not tell it is just a participation, it is beyond that. It is not that participation, it was completely a nurturing a young child who and his innovative mind, nurturing and providing them all the support, the hand holding, mentoring, the grant, promoting them to the various platforms, giving them the visibility. Also, MOE has supported me in the India South Korea Startup Exchange Program in 2020. And I was so blessed to, visit South Korea and also meet the eminent people over there. I have also received the, pitching trainings from the global communication expert over there. And also we have received so many learnings from Center for Creative Economy and Innovation in Daegu, South Korea. So overall, even start from boot camp, regional mentoring, NIC participation, one-to-one mentoring, guidance on IPR, also on strategic planning, business model. So many things have been done all throughout this journey, and I must thank you because we have never been, aware of all these things. It is just because of MOE and their innovation initiative of NIC 2019. So thank you for that.
Amit, can you please tell us the challenges you have faced in this entrepreneurial journey and how did you overcome those?
Okay. So every master wants a disaster, it is said like that. So I was quite fortunate enough, because my challenge in this sector, the challenge of veterinary healthcare and a point of care diagnostic, I must tell you, I already received a guidance from a veterinary doctor itself. And he was a ex-retired director of veterinary college. So his learnings and motivation was always throughout my journey. However, there were so many challenges to actually arrive at a product. And these are main four problems I would like to highlight. The first challenge was the cooperation from the dairy farmers for collecting the urine from their animal. Farmers are not so cooperative at the initial stages when you go to them and ask them that I want to collect the urine of your animal, I want to perform this kind of a study, because for them there are 10 other questions associated to it: what you will do with it, how you will do it, and I mean, are you investigating something about us or something of that kind? Questions come, and people generally reluctant at the initial stages to support this. So, just visiting farms was not helping me out. So, with the veterinary doctor's support, they have initiated and they talk to farmers regarding this, that we are doing something like this, so kindly cooperate and support us in this way. And that's why I was able to reach out to the maximum cattle population. Otherwise it was really very difficult. Second problem I would tell you is the for me the results, when I used to perform the test, the results were like pregnant for me, but farmers were telling that their cattle is not pregnant. So there was a bias between, between both of us, that I was telling pregnant and he was telling me not pregnant. So later on, when I evaluated the results, and the one innovative finding that I have come up with is the early pregnancy detection, that my kit was able to detect the early pregnancy, which was not being determined or detected and diagnosed by any other method. So for farmer, any animal has not been diagnosed before that as a not pregnant animal. And for me, before any test, I am able to detect that for me is early pregnancy detection. So that was the earlier challenge, but I have overcome it in this way. Third is the color ambiguity. As I said, it is a color test. So for me, any color, if it is a wine, deep red, or something of that kind, but if there is a slight gradation in it, so for me, I can able to determine and diagnose yes, it is pregnant and not pregnant. But for a someone who is not known in this field or a farmer, for him, color ambiguity gonna be there as a major challenge. So for me, that was a biggest challenge when I used to give my kit to the farmers or any daily person. So I have later on supported this my reagents with a color device in which you have to just put the tube after adding the reagents and press the button. And after pressing the button, it gives you a blue light and a beeping sound and tells you your cattle is pregnant. And if there is no sound and a white color light lightens up, then it indicates the cattle is not pregnant. So supporting this device has improved the accuracy of my test to a very great level, and somehow even the acceptance rate from the farmers and dairy people have also improved because they are able to see something, as a device which is with a one button click you are able to determine pregnancy. So for them it was really as a innovative challenge. And the fourth thing that I would tell you is the actual performance. One day that has been planned for me, and I have to test 200 urine samples in a one day. However, I was not aware of whether it is, the status of those samples. And the samples have been brought to me by the various veterinary doctors, those who know the status of their urine samples. Okay, so for me, that was a very completely a blind study. I was not aware of it. And I performed all the 200 samples, and the results were really applauding kind of. People were so happy and they were instantly telling me, we want to buy this product from you because it is telling the results which we have already determined. And we are aware that now we are confident that your product is working. So that was a challenge, but yes, it was later came into some reality picture. So overall, it was a very adventurous, funny, and challenging journey. But yes, it boosted my confidence to various folds, I must tell you that way. Thank you.
It was really challenging but adventurous too. Amit, what is your vision for the future of your innovation and what are your plan moving forward?
So, for this innovation, the future plans, as I said, we have founded a company that is Instavit Biofarm. And also we have received, recently, we have, with the Opting data, we have submitted an application to one of the prestigious grant for the startups, that is BIRAC's big grant of 50 lakhs. And I must tell you, we are the proud winners of that 50 lakh grant for our this Pregvidate innovation. So with this, we are actually commercializing now this kit and introducing this kit in next few months into the market. So that is our future plan with this innovation.
Amit, have you received support, whether financial or otherwise, from other sources to develop and promote your innovation, like you just mentioned about the BIRAC grant?
Okay, so We have earlier received a support, financial support from the MOE's innovation cell for to make this proof of concept as a proof of concept grant. And later on, right now, we have received a Byrex big grant of 50 lakhs rupees to commercialize and further channelize the business of our product. So that is the grant we have received.
Amit, many young entrepreneurs are watching this session. If you could offer any piece of advice to these entrepreneurs, what would that be?
Okay, people these days are more focusing on the young innovative minds as you should have an idea, you should have an inventive idea, and later on you should have an innovative ideas. But my understanding while working on this has completely changed. An idea without execution has no meaning. So for me, execution is more important than your idea actually. Okay. However, I will support this fact with a piece of advice as idea to चांद पे भी जाने का आता है. But are we actually arriving at a चांद? No, unless you can't execute it, you can't reach the चांद. Similarly, I always follow one philosophy. Novelty and feasibility always go hand in hand. Okay. So you have a very novel idea, but if you don't have the feasibility, or if that idea is not feasible, then that novelty has no meaning. Similarly, if you have a feasibility, but your idea is not novel enough, you will earn the money, but you will certainly gonna get trapped in the competition sector. So always you have novelty and feasibility hand in hand before arriving at any entrepreneur journey. So that is my philosophy that I always follow.
Amit, have you received any awards or recognition for this innovation of yours?
So, sir, as I said, I have been working on point of care diagnostics in veterinary healthcare, and I have earlier developed two diagnostic kits along with this kit. So, I have received almost over 45 plus awards and recognitions at various platforms for my innovations. And this innovative idea, when it was at a nascent stage, I presented to NIC 2019, and there itself, the recognition, awards, and honors have started. Let me tell you, with the MOE support and all that recognitions, I have been invited by various institutions across India to motivate the young innovative minds in the institutions to kickstart their entrepreneur journey and think of whether their idea can be made into a product or can be converted to a startup. So I have almost delivered my talk to 30 plus institutions across India. So this was a huge support and mentoring and recognition kind of an activity that I have received all throughout this journey. And thank you so much for that.
Thanks, Amit, for sharing your innovative solution and insights. All the best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you so much, sir.
The passion and dedication of innovators to solve problems that we come across in our day-to-day life is really inspiring. So we will be back with some more such inspiring innovators in the next edition of our program. Till then, keep watching for this space. Namaskar, Jai Hind.